Today we are here at the C.R. Smith Museum celebrating all of the outstanding flight attendants for 2024. When I was notified that I was getting the Outstanding Flight Attendant Award, I was shocked. It was never on my bingo card, but very grateful to have received it and to be recognized for it, my service.
I was very happy. I felt very appreciated. The other thing is, I just felt like they saw me, and I felt very grateful and very thankful.
When I come to work every day and I put on this uniform, I wear it with pride. And so it is really wonderful to see recognition for something that I take seriously, and that is representing the company as best as I can, because it's also a reflection of my character.
Obviously, the compliment of getting the award is amazing. It just makes everything worth it for all these years of doing a good job, and you're finally recognized. So I think it's a great accomplishment for anybody, but there's so many flight attendants in this company that could have probably have gotten that award as well.
You are all outstanding flight attendants, but this is how you get this. It's based on your good letters, your applause certificates, and peer nominations. And when a peer nominates you for this award, the job that they're doing too, that is the biggest honor you can receive and the biggest compliment you can get. I know you all think you're just doing your job, but you're doing a lot more than that.
The reason I wanted to become a flight attendant was to travel. When I first became a flight attendant, I only saw myself doing the job for maybe 3-5 years, and here I am 25 years later. What has kept me as a flight attendant is no day is ever the same. Every day is different. You never know what's going to happen, and it keeps you on your toes, and it's very exciting.
My dad, when we were younger, he took us to the airport. There was our outing. Every Sunday we went to the airport to watch the planes take off. So he didn't know he was planting a seed, but I guess I could say that the seed was planted then. So when I turned 18, I decided to take a flight, and I saw the flight attendants and everything they were doing on the flight, and then that's when I got interested. And then I just decided after my kids went to college, now is the right time for me.
I was a flight attendant in my 20s in Australia. I'd always wanted to be a flight attendant as a young child. My dad would travel a lot, and I used to go to the airport to see him off, so I thought that being a flight attendant was the ideal position for me. Turns out that it was. I really enjoyed being a flight attendant in Australia, and then just circumstance took me overseas. And then when my husband and I moved to Texas, I thought, try and get back into the airlines here, and I was successful. So I've been very, very fortunate, and I'm so happy that I didn't think that I was too old to join. So if you really want to do something, you can.
I was 20 years old. I've been on a plane once. I went to Australia, and that was my very first flight ever. And I thought it was the coolest thing to see the flight attendants on that flight. And I had a friend that got hired here a year before that, and so I called him up and said, I think I want to be a flight attendant. And sure enough, a year later, I started working here at American Eagle Wings West Airlines.
One of my most memorable work experiences is myself and my aunt, Rebecca Cherry, former Envoy flight attendant. We buddy bid together for, I think, around 7 or 8 years in a row. So every week, getting to fly with my aunt was pretty special and amazing.
Only about 2 weeks into my employment here with Envoy, I was on a sequence with my colleagues, and we landed in Baltimore. And the first officer rented a car. We went down to DC. I'd just become an American citizen, and my flight attendant took me around the mall and showed me all the sights to see in DC, and it felt very special, and I felt very privileged. And I remember in that moment thinking, wow, I wouldn't have this opportunity unless I was flying with this company, and just being best friends with your crew, and that was just a wonderful experience.
After flying for so many years on the line, I saw myself maybe wanting to experience a little bit more variety in my life. And I went into the DFW in-flight office, and that was an amazing start to going into the training department shortly after that. And then now I do all the customer service material. I develop as much material as I possibly can for our new hires. I do videos, and I also try to talk to our line flight attendants and get as much information so I can try to make their lives a little bit easier. Maybe give them a little bit better tools to be successful out on the aircraft. This company has always succeeded because of our flight attendants. And I think the best part is the family that you've created, the friendships. I think it's just amazing how close we are and how much we all want the company to be successful.
The advice I would give to a new flight attendant would be yourself, be kind, work-life balance, be where you need to be, when you need to be there, and spread joy, and just treat people the way that you want to be treated.